Hello! So version 0.3 of Bonk Universe is here, and so much was added. Like over 1,000 blocks were added, and that gas giant you can see in the skybox was added, and so much more. So to start out with, if we just make a crafting bench real quick, and we open it, we can see a plethora of new blocks we can make, like dirt stairs, stone stairs, wooden stairs, even this tin stairs. And it's so much that it goes off screen right now. Yet if we look at the image of the stairs, it's just green. And same thing with something like bricks. So how are we getting all of these different crafting recipes? So these are generic blocks, and they replace the green texture with whichever block you're trying to craft it with. So if we craft these stairs, we can rotate them and build something with them. There's a cool little circle I made. Because of this, there is now 1,580 blocks and items in this game, which is very similar to the amount in Minecraft. Another thing you might notice is the game is much smoother now. I can fly around, and it's at a very high frame rate. And this is because I added smooth interpolation, which just makes the game a lot better and nicer to play. Another thing that was added is large blocks, like this cordal platform right here. If I use my lighter to light it on fire, then it will spawn a cordal. And eventually, I'll be able to walk into it, and it'll teleport me to the core of the world. Or if I'm in the core, it'll take me to the surface. There's so many items it would be impossible to go through all of them, but here's a cool one. This is the thunder staff. And it strikes stuff with lightning. This also means that I added thunderstorms, although I probably won't be able to find a thunderstorm just because they only show up every once in a while. So, Thunderstaff, that's the closest we're getting for now. So let's check out some of the new planets in the sky. If we zoom out, we can see there's a whole bunch of new colors for the celestial highlighter. Like there's orange, there's different shades of blue, and in some solar systems there's even pink. I actually don't see any here, so I'm just going to go to another solar system real quick. So here's a silly new world. This is a donut world. I'm currently in orbit around it. This world is completely normal, but has nothing at its center, and you can find it with a slightly different shade of blue in the celestial highlighter. Another new celestial is the gas giant and the ice giant. You don't really need the celestial highlighter to see them, because they're pretty big. Some of them are even bigger than the sun, in this case. If you look carefully, it does have animated textures, and it updates over time. If we try entering it, there isn't really much to see here, because once again it's a gas giant, or in this case an ice giant. So there is no ground. Even if you make it all the way to 0, you'll just keep falling right through the world, all the way until you reach the core of the world, in which case you're gonna crash like that. So next up on our list is the slime worlds, and you can find them because they are dark green. If you look carefully at it, you could see that it's not a perfect circle, but it's kind of distorted. Now, sometimes it's kind of hard to see. This one's a bit too small, so I'm just falling towards it. But you can see that the world is a bit distorted and strange. If I zoom out with the spiring, you can kind of see that it's only a little bit distorted, with some floating bits here and there. It's all a bit wonky. And last up on the new things I've added is the Titan worlds. You can find them because they are pink. You can see I messed up the code for drawing them, but I thought it looked really cool. So the Titan worlds are now spiky and kind of scary looking. So with the Titan worlds, you might notice that it's pretty titanic. Like here's a tree. Look at the size of this tree right here. It starts at Y18. It goes all the way down to about, I think that was about 170. This tree is like 170 blocks tall. Or maybe 140, but still pretty big. So if it's not obvious, the Titan worlds are, well, titanic. So another cool thing I added is liquid blocks. So, for example, I can fill an area with water, and a whole bunch of water will go and fall down. I can do that again, and again, and again, and again, and now we have this whole area filled with water. It's not perfect, but it's pretty efficient. And so I can spawn other things here as well. Like, here is acid. It doesn't mix well with water, and so they kind of annihilate each other. Or maybe I could spawn lava, and it creates an obsidian border with water. It's very fun to mess around with the liquids. Look at the bubbles go up. It's also fun to make like waterfalls of some sort. Watch it fall down. And there we go. It's pooled at the bottom. There are some parts that got stuck on the side and made little pools of lava in some places. And we also got this cool border over here. In fact, they're still fighting. How about I add acid to the mix? Looks like that just made the problem worse. I also tried adding falling blocks, like sand did, and that worked way better than it did last time. There was actually a bug going on for a while where it would be kind of jiggly. Yeah, there is still some jiggly sand, and I'm not really too sure why it's happening. When I rejoin, it gets fixed. Oh, also a weird bug is that our planet leaves us, so we're on that planet, but it's kind of just flying away. So there's still bugs to fix, and there's still a lot to do. After all, this is just pre-alpha 0.3.0. Ooh, another thing that was made better is TNT. When you light and blow up TNT, it kind of flings itself away now. So look at it go. Now it is a bit jarring because there is no smooth interpolation for items yet, so you can see how kind of like jerky it is compared to the smooth blocks in the ground. The last thing I'll show for now is the skin creator. So you can make a skin, and there's a new randomize button, which will create a random skin for you. And it is completely random, so currently it kind of is terrible, but I'm going to add more to the randomize button later, so it'll be more coherent. And of course, if you want to mess with it, you can use that as a starting position, and there we go, now we have a silly little skin. I still prefer my main one though. But yeah, thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. I'm still going to be updating this game quite a lot, so make sure to stay tuned. And of course, if you want to play, just join my Discord, and the game is available. But yeah, thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!